Hey, how's it going? I'm setting up the camera and I thought, hey, wouldn't you just love to be taken for this little camcorder ride while I set up my overhead? Yeah, it looks like the mat here is crooked, but it's not crooked. It's how the camcorder's placed, and I just want to make sure that when I work on it, you, my viewers, get the best look out of it. And I went to Dollar General a couple of weeks ago, and I bought this roll of, it was a 2-pack, 1 silver, 1 gold roll. And when I saw it, I said, oh, I think I'm going to use this to cover, not cover, but to put around the edge of this thing. And even at the time when I was doing this, I had no idea what I was going to call it. What is that? Oh, what is that line? There's like a line right there. And it's the playing cards underneath. So this is the last time I did a video on this. I was adding this butterfly, and I used an adhesive backed stencil, and when I even used the heated tool, you know, to dry it and stuff. And I'm thinking that I should have lifted it up and then maybe dried it, but even lifting it up would have pulled off the paint, and that's exactly what it did. It pulled off the paint. But I think maybe less paint would have been pulled off if I wouldn't have, you know, put that the heat to it until after taking off the stencil. You know what I mean. You know what I mean? Okay, I need scissors. Yeah, always be prepared. Or never be prepared. Okay, so what I want to do is, also got a new mat here, and it's, why is it so sandy? What am I know Blue's been walking on it. Where's he been? The beach? Okay. It doesn't look like it's sandy. It feels like it's sandy. Maybe I should put the other side on. Anyway, I got this new mat, and it has inch measurements on this side and centimeter measurements on the other side. So, hey, let's try to see if, pay no attention to that hairy towel underneath. If that would be better. Oh, yeah. Actually, it would. So, that's kind of cool, right? And I really like this mat. It's smaller than the green one that I have. And also you can see this as opposed to it being on the green one. I think I had a piece of cardboard, a bigger piece of cardboard underneath it so you could see it. Okay, so I need to... What is it? Oh, I think I pulled off. Okay, I think I pulled off some... Oh yeah, that... No. I don't know what that is. That's because... Okay, we're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna cut off this part. And this has, now it has the take-offableness. If you don't mind the sound of that dog, see, I don't know what that is. It's sticky, but it's the underside of the tape. You know, have you noticed that when you put something up like that, the camera does not focus until maybe it's down further, but if you put your hand there, it kind of focuses it better. Maybe the camcorder people. So this is I can put it on here. No, I can't. Okay, so I just wanted to see if that would work. And where would I put this? Hey, I'm going to put this on this thing. Okay, so this is roughly this many centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 centimeters. Right, and I want to do it per side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. Right. Yay! That works. So let's see how this works. Let's see me do it. Yay! The hard part is peeling this puppy off. So I can't put it because of how close to the edge those pictures are on this side, on each side. I cannot put it straight up there like that, but so I'm going to put it like that. And hopefully be able to see that I'm putting it up like that. And I don't want to rub, like, go like that, because it will, some of the gold will come off. And already, I know I probably already have gold. Oh yeah, I can see little flecks of gold. A little bit back here. Ooh, yeah, it looks okay. It's a little bit crooked, but you know, it's my first time doing this. This will be a learn as I go. I have the videos, the other videos in the learn as I go folder on my computer. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 centimeters. I'm back. Okay. One time I said that, and I said it with so much or so little enthusiasm. I think it was when I was doing my sunshade. And I was like, I am back. I'm like, what the heck? So the idea I had before putting the Mod Podge on is I'm still doing like a stencil. I'm still stencil crazy, so I just got these in the mail today. Yep, you read it right. Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink pads. And I got these a few days ago. So, got some extra. And with a big old pack of refill pads. And last night I went through my stencil envelope. This thing is my big old stencil envelope. So I saw when I was going through this big pack of stencils that I got, for journaling. I think it's primarily for, it's advertised for use. You can use it for anything. It doesn't have to be just journals. I saw, I think it was this one. I could be wrong. There we go. This one. And I thought, hey, how about if I... Yes. How about if I think and do, talk, can't do it. I put all this away. Mostly just to get it out of my way. And I thought, hey, how about if I add the little flowers to the sides here? Like maybe that flower right there, that one, that big one. And I could put it right there. Right there. Kind of match it up. Try and make sure it's kind of even. And also I want to try these out. I got a 12-pack of them, so if you have Tim Holtz ink pads, you know I paid a fortune. So, I paid a fortune. And I'm going to start with the lilac one. Because it's called Shaded Lilac. And this is what it looks like. Very light in the screen panel. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just going to do the pounce method. I don't know if I should shake it back and forth. It's very light. If it's dried out, and I don't like the way that it doesn't. Is that right? It doesn't look like it's on there much. You know, I say Tim Holtz. I watched a video from scrapbook.com, and to put it on the paper, or when he was putting it on the paper, he was actually going like that and doing like little circular motions. And you might be thinking, you're doing it wrong. I am not doing it wrong, but I do see a spot. That is not. I know why it's not. Because there's like a little dip there. Uh-oh. I got a little bit right there because I was not paying attention. Just laugh it off. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Which green was it? Was it this green? Tammy, was it this green? Or this green? Two different greens, by the way. Take that petal out of there. But what I was having problems with was this card right here is, it's down, so that one little petal right there, you can see it, it's kind of there, kind of not there type of deal. So I'm wondering, wonder, if I have something that's fine, a fine tip, would a fine tip brush work on that? I guess I should. I also had the re-inkers, and what I was thinking about doing with the re-inkers is putting just a little drop on a plate or something. Damn me. Thinking, always thinking. So maybe I can take the re-inker while I'm at it. Okay. Did I get anything anywhere else? No, I don't think I did. Although what I do see is oh well, can you hear that dog? What do I see? I don't know what I see is, well, I know that I'm gonna have to be very careful when I put a stencil on here because, you know, it's not a totally flat surface, so you can see like in there. So, but actually it's not too bad considering it looks really good in the screen panel. So, just a minute. I have the re-inkers. So, what I did was I also bought re-inkers. And if you've ever bought re-inkers, you know I spent a lot of money on that too. Hey. I need a brush, Tammy. Turn it. I was just like, I need a brush. I need a little tiny brush. This will work. Touch-ups. This is the touch-up trivet is what it should be called. Now, what was I going to use this for? Oh, because I wanted to get that little part right there. It says shake water. So I'm not sure this is what, these I know they're meant to re-ink the pad, right? I've never re-inked a pad. I shouldn't have to do it now. That's what I'm thinking. You want to have a more secure, oh yeah, never mind. I bought other ink pads I paid way less money for. I got a 15 pad set for less than $12, like $11.90 or $11.50 or something. Okay. So while I'm getting down and dirty with this, you can count all the gray hairs on my head. Huh, there are a lot that I think I don't have, but I discover suddenly that I do. So the next one, let that dry, and I'll hopefully do this one a little better without, it's very thick. Now at least it didn't come over the other side there. Which one is it? This one here. Didn't come from the other side. It just Can I wipe it off? I can. Next. What color next? Oh, should I do? I'm gonna do the orange. No, the yellow. This is called Squeezed Lemonade. The only problem I have with that title is that lemonade is usually made with squeezed lemons. You don't squeeze the lemonade, you squeeze the lemons. I know I'm picky. So I was doing a little review, Dollar General. The arts and crafts supplies I got at Dollar General today. And, I don't even know. Hey, are these flowers bigger than they? Oh, these on the ends are bigger. Okay, so is that off completely? Not really. Just a minute. Okay, so alright, those. I use that. Did I use the big one? Let me use not the big one. I use that one. Okay. Which one? This one. Okay, so if I do that again, I'm gonna do how much of the, maybe I should try and get not so much on the, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna encounter that either way. I just have to make sure that I don't go this way here over this, you know. Okay. Cool. Okay. So do I have to do a touch-up on here? Ta-da! That was quick. Yay! Do I have to touch up with the ink, the yellow ink? Do I want to make it kind of a more solid look? Okay, we're done with the yellow. The next one I think I'm going to do is the pink one. Nothing's perfect. Oh, is this dry? That looks like rouge or blush or something. Okay. This one, right? I know what my finger is. I realized, oh. Oh, I'm gonna do it this way. Because I don't want to touch the other ones that are drying. That makes sense. I have to be very careful about pouncing. because I don't want to get that flower. That petal's way too close to that. Ta-da! Okay, also, I'm just going to put those there because I'm done with them. How come they don't stack better? I'm so spoiled. They stack better. Okay, that goes there. Wow. Ooh, look at the dye. You see that dye and then the gunk to mix it up with? Now it's all mixed up. Yeah. This looks like calamine lotion. Calamine pink. Oh, that is salmon. That even looks like it's salmon on the pad, the ink pad. Call it rouge or something. It's not really red, though. Isn't rouge French for red? What is that? Oh, never mind. I know what that is. What is that around the paper? It's paint. And that's a card. Okay, so the next and last one I'm going to use carved pumpkin, aka orange, for those let's get right to the point type of people. Okay, now I do have to let this dry. So I'm going to let it dry the old-fashioned way. Okay, you know, if you've ever worked with fellow crafters out there who might be watching this video, I have a question. Those of you who stamp, does the stamp ink dry? This I created as gold. It was, how long does it take for stamp ink to dry on a surface? This is gold, and it came with, oh man, I can't even, I came with something. I didn't order this outright, and I stamped something. Oh, I stamped this smiley face, right? And it's still, I mean, I did this weeks ago, I don't know how many weeks, but several weeks, and it is still not dry. Like, it's not wet, but it's not dry. I don't know how much sense that makes, but stamp ink takes a long time to dry. So I'm looking at this thing. I was watching actually the first video where I started doing the thinking process. There's a lot of umming and ahhing and uhhing, and it's driving me crazy. driving myself crazy. Watching it, like, spit it out, you know. And I looked at this, and I kept touching this purple one, and it's not drying. So what I did with this one, I took, I ran the heated tool over it and everything. Sorry, it's not plugged in. It will be plugged in again in the near future, because what I did now was I took this yellow acrylic ink marker and I ran it through the flower there, ran it over the flower, and colored that in better. Mostly because I had touched it by mistake and it had my fingerprints on it then. I thought, really? And that kind of messed things up a bit. But so I thought, well, I guess I should run this, because now I don't really have an orange in acrylic marks. What is up with not having orange in paints and stuff like that? Today, like, well, the ink pad had orange. But there was something, oh, the alcohol ink markers that I have. Yeah, that looks orange. The alcohol ink markers that I have, there's no labeled orange, but there is an orange. It's, I think the flesh, so-called flesh color is orange, and then, oddly enough, powder pink is orange. So I'm just going to do this with the acrylic markers. I know this will dry. Okay, now, what do I have in regards to pink that's actually light pink? Is this a light pink? It looks like it's light pink. Have I used it? I've used it. It's this, yeah, pink on a pink hand. Not good, I know. Shake off camera. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Now, the color purple, I may want this purple or this purple, which looks like it hasn't been mixed up yet. Let's see. Okay, fine. I'm gonna paint. Okay, I'll turn that off, because a lot of times you're not going to see me paint. I'll be off camera a lot, and let me paint that up, dry it with the heated tool, and then I'll show you, I'll do a Mod Podge on camera. This is going to turn out to be one of the longest videos. I'm watching the I'm watching the screen panel. It's showing the countdown, but it's upside down. 20 seconds. Okay, so we're going to use the Mod Podge mat, and I need a thing of water. Of course, did I think about getting that before turning on the camera? No. No, I didn't. When I was painting the trivet green, blue came by, but he didn't come up here. So I'm like, no! Like I normally do, screaming at him. But what I did do, here, let me see if I can find it. I think it was this one. I'm going to point this right up here. I took a paper clip. And paper clip. Let's see it more clearly. And I pushed, what I did was I overpainted this area. I'm sorry, over here I overpainted that. So I just pushed it up a little and then just scraped away some of the excess green and then painted it over just a little bit more. And then hit it with the heat gun so that it looks a little rounder than it did. It looked like it was smushed down, like, because the green I overpainted there. But now that this is fixed, it doesn't look, I don't see any dark gray spots. Also, dark green spots there, like when I did touch up around the purple, I could just see these dark green lines and stuff. So I want to wipe, is that pink? There's a little bit of pink there. I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to take the Mod Podge and paint all around the gold trim here and then paint the gold trim because I don't want this to be glittery on the inside. I mean, I probably wouldn't look that bad, really. It probably wouldn't look that bad. I'm hoping. But I don't know if I want to see the gold. There, like, just do around the edges first. I hear a kitty eating dry food. It's not time to eat yet for the cats. But I am planning to cover the gold. Let's do longer strokes here. I know it's gonna dry clear too, so. And we'll be fast forwarding through this part, Tammy. Oh, sugar plum fairies. No. Oh, man. I've taken off. No. You cannot take that off. Are you kidding? I thought I dried that. I dried this whole thing. So, What does this prove? Oh, I dried that area. I didn't dry the orange one, apparently. There's a nice orange tint to my green, then. Just putting it up close and personal there. Makes me think maybe I should do... It didn't wipe off. Did it wipe off the pink? Oh, it wiped off the pink, too. It didn't wipe off the purple. Go figure. But it didn't make it pink. Does that look pink? That is very disturbing. You're not supposed to take the paint off Mod Podge. You're not supposed to dry clear. That is, oh. So see, that kind of clears up my question about if this is, originally it had the ink, the oxide ink pad ink on this, and since it wasn't drying even under this heated tool, that it would be smudged and smeared with purple, or it would have been. That's quite disturbing for me. I should call this mistake after mistake. Look at that. Look at that. No, bad idea. So let me get my little. I've taken all the orange off of it. Man, that is smudgy. And the yellow was as well. After all that painstaking. Oh, that's just so wrong. Look at that. It took the pink off. Took the pink off. Pink paint. Pink, pink, pink. Okay, so I'm going to let that cool. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to put the cat's food out because it's something o'clock. Oh, it's 1:06. So, I'll be back. I'll probably clean out the litter box. You know, all that fun stuff. I'll be back. Okay, so what I did was I already painted it with Mod Podge. I cleaned up the flowers, the orange, the yellow, the pink flowers. And then this is still wet. I'm not going to dry it with the heated tool. I'm going to let it dry on its own overnight. And then tomorrow night, I'll check it to see. Hopefully it's going to dry a lot clearer. I notice it's drying here clear. So I think I'm not going to heat it, because what I did was I used a relatively dry sponge brush. Here, it's soaking now. I dried it out as much as possible, and then I put it in the Mod Podge and I started applying it, and then I took the heat tool and I was drying it, and it wasn't turning into clear. It wasn't clearing, you know. It's like, what's going on here? So then I did wet this sponge, and then I ran it over without dipping it into the Mod Podge anymore, into the bottle. I just ran the wet sponge over this, and so now I'm just going to let it dry. And I didn't do that on camera. I just did it, you know, like, just do it. I even did the edge, the outer edge here, and I pulled that. I brushed backwards so I wouldn't brush in any kind of glitter into the picture. And so that's what I'm going to do. Is just, the only thing I can do right now is just let it dry and hope it dries clear. Otherwise, this is a total fail from, not really from start to finish, but to finish part. And I don't want it to be a fail. I worked a long time on this. I have several videos on this one project that I plan to upload in segments. Like, tonight's segment will be one segment. And by the time I get the whole thing put up into YouTube in several segments, by the way, it will probably be May. That's the way I'm moving here, so happy May. I'm going to sign off tonight. Hey, how's it going? I gotta stop laughing after I say that. Okay, so I put this last night. I covered this with Mod Podge, and in the video when I first did it, it smeared this orange flower, and it smeared the yellow flower, and it smeared the pink flower, and it didn't smear the purple flower at all. So I thought that was weird, but it could have something to do with red. Wait, there's no red in yellow. But there is red in orange, and there is red in pink, so I don't know why the orange... Go away! Blue, come here. No, it's not hangout time. Go see Coconut. She's right there. Look, there's a kitty in there. Really? You're gonna... Really? You can't be there. All the way, thank you. Okay. Quality time. That was weird. I was like, I muted. I was watching a video about alcohol markers, and I could swear I could still hear that music that she has in the background, that the YouTuber has in the background. Okay, even though I just turned it off or paused it. Yes. Sorry for the shaking caused by the cats. Coconut decided she didn't want Blue to lie down on top of her. Brother and sister they are. Okay. So that's what it looks like. That's as close as I can get it without going off the edge. So, like you can see, there is, if you look closely, you will see glitter on here. Oh yeah, I can see a little bit of the glitter. And it's shiny, even though there's Mod Podge matte on it. It looks really cool. I love it. So I also put my signature down there, which, by the way, is it? Is that a... Of course it is. Is that a cat hair? Smudged a little after I put it on. Surprisingly, I used a Sharpie pen. It's permanent. It's a very fine point, fine, ultra fine point pen. And I used that to put my signature in. I put 18 there to show. And I thought, well, you know, despite all the mistakes that I made with this Playing-Card Trivet, it still turned out pretty good, you know, for a first time deal with it. And the glitter here should not come off. I Mod Podged it. Do you like it, Blue? Does it meet your approval? Yep. So, yeah, a really good job. There's nothing else to do with this. I don't even know why I'm making this video. I'm going to try it again, maybe with different cards or maybe index cards, decorated index cards or something like that. I have a whole mess of index cards now. I'm going to go. I know this is a very short video. How long have I been talking? 9 minutes? Oh, there was some interaction with the cat. Distractions. I don't know why they're loud right now. They're awake, that's why. Okay. So, have a magical day. You know, I think that was last night's too. Maybe I should do a different one. Let's do a different one. Last night's was magical. Ooh. Have a relaxing day. Or try to have a relaxing day. It's not a command. Thanks for watching. Bye.